I'm Bishop Darrell Watkins, and let's queer up South Florida. Florida lawmaker Fabian Basabe faces sexual harassment trial next week. Florida State Representative Fabian Basabe is set to stand trial in Leon County next week in a civil lawsuit accusing him of sexual harassment, battery, and defamation. The Miami Beach Republican will represent himself in court, an uncommon move for a sitting elected official. The lawsuit, filed in 2023 by former legislative aide Nicholas Frevola and former intern Jacob Cutbirth, alleges Basabe made repeated lewd sexual comments and unwanted advances, slapped Frevola without consent, and groped and attempted to kiss Cutbirth before hiring him as an intern. Basabe has denied all allegations. In a statement to the Miami Herald, Basabe said, quote, "After years of scrutiny, multiple independent investigations, ethics proceedings, and extensive review, not a single investigation substantiated the allegations against me. I believe this trial will remind people that in America, reputations are not supposed to be destroyed by accusations. They're supposed to be judged by evidence," end quote. Attorney Cindy Myers, who represents the former employees, disputed Basabe's claims, saying, quote, "If anything, these were politically motivated decisions to try to protect a fellow Republican. We are certain that these antics are not going to take place in this court of law," end quote. Several current and former Florida lawmakers could be called as witnesses during this trial. Court filings also show a judge is considering whether testimony from another man who previously accused Basabe of sexual assault in an unrelated case will be allowed. Jury selection is scheduled for Friday, with opening statements expected Monday. The trial is anticipated to last several days. I'm nonpartisan. I'm just a person of the people. I just, I'm trying to bring good news to the masses or whatever. But it doesn't escape my notice that there's a certain repeated kind of behavior and accusation, and it seems to be really focused within one of the two parties. So I don't know what that's about. It's not a scientific conversation, just anecdotal there. But once again, this is happening. And I take this very, very seriously. But the little 8th grader in me did just giggle a little bit at the thought of slapping without consent. I just could imagine, "May I slap you?" "Oh, sure, go ahead." It sort of takes the point of the slap, out of the equation. But obviously being abused at work is not a funny thing. And I'm wondering why that couldn't have been, like the other stuff, did he grab you? Did he not grab you? Did he say things that were objectionable? Did he not say? But a slap, I'm thinking that is physical assault. It seems like that could have been, but when someone's more powerful than you, you're sometimes afraid and you just don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. So, of course, he's right, presumption of innocence or whatever. But if there is meat to this, I do hope there's justice. Victims have been silenced and erased way too much in the last few years, mm-hmm. and I'm ready for that to stop.
To add to your point, we're in a time right now where we're constantly seeing people who are in positions of power abuse that power, but silence the victims, as you said. And I think that these accusations have to be taken seriously. While I am no defender of the Republican Party, the Democratic Party actually had a situation with Graham Plattner in Maine who had to drop out of his race. He won the primary, and then accusations prior with the Nazi tattoo, and then finding out that there were several accusations, he had to drop out because there was pressure within the party. And I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah,
I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, not that all Democrats are choir boys and angels, but there does seem to be accountability when they cross the line too much.
Yes, because the person who leads their party right now had several not just accusations, but it went through in court, mm-hmm. and they stood by this person, and there has been so much harassment towards the victims. That's what we don't want. Right. If you are in a position of power, you need to do the work. Hurting people or causing harm to anybody on your staff is unacceptable.
Well, do you imagine that another rich kid, reality TV star, and second accused sexual predator going into politics? What fun!
Who would have thought?
Well, I also think that when we think of someone in his position and, his rise to power in Miami Beach, where, which was a strong hold for the Democratic Party, and they got this, outspoken, out there without a care in the world, rich kid to run for office. And he's the type of politician that's out there to, I think, shock people, and he gets that kind of attention. And so this behavior, in my personal experience, would not be out of character for him. That's all that I will say.
And I guess some people would find him attractive. And sometimes people, especially people who have a lot of privilege, think, well, everyone must find me attractive. But even if I do, even though I just think you're the hottest thing in life, without consent, get away from me. I mean, like there has to be, you're just not entitled. This is mine, and you're just not entitled. Once invited, fill your boots. But until then, right? Until then, grab a boundary. I was remember when you were talking about, I also remember the senator from Minnesota,
Yes.
the comedian, and Bill Clinton. I mean, whatever side you are about any of this, and what I never heard during all of that was, she's an intern, the most powerful person in the world. Did this with an intern. I don't care if she enjoyed it. I don't care if she asked for it. I don't care if she fully participated. The power differential was too cosmic, and so that's what was so horrible about that. And he got impeached. So people do terrible things.
There was accountability.
Yes, people do terrible things, but it seems like there is one side that's, no matter what they do, we don't knock our team. And there's another that says, if you've embarrassed the team, you got to go.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, I promise to ask you all before I slap you.
All right. Well, I know you meant it. I might say yes. Well, there is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.